Hey everyone, Dave from BC Bushcraft. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today I just wanted to show off my first knife that I actually have finished. I have all of the videos kind of queued up and I need to edit and everything like that, but I kind of wanted to just show you guys that I actually have completed one of my knives. Those of you following the knife series know that I actually have two knives on the go. And I finished the smaller one, and I didn't finish my bigger one that I meant to finish first, but there was reasons for that. After that, we'll get to why my finger is wrapped up like this. So here's my knife. It's the EDC knife that those of you who have seen my other video. I kind of showed how I shaped the metal and everything like that, but I actually have completed the knife 100%. And this is my first knife, first official knife that's totally completed. So I ended up putting white G10 handles on it that, they're quite thick and it gives it a nice good grip on this kind of shorter blade. So it is a little bit heavier, a small knife with a roughly 5 inches long and a 2 inch blade there. And I went for kind of an exposed uh, pommel end here for the lanyard hole. And partly one of the reasons why I did this for style and to try new things with the knife making. This knife was kind of like a testing knife for me to kind of develop some of my own skills and kind of learn along the way what I can and can't do with the knife making stuff. So I did some experimental things. Yeah, I didn't have any lanyard tubes, so I kind of was like, you know what, I'll try to do something like this, and it did work out. And there's some harder things when you do it like this with the epoxy and things like that, trying to clean up inside there, and you have to pre-shape this and stuff before you glue the handles on and things, but it was definitely a good learning experience for me. One thing I really did like about the G10 is it's incredibly easy to work with, and it polished really easily. That's a definite winner in my books. It's just you have to be wearing a mask when you're filing away and sanding away at it. Overall, I'm incredibly happy about this knife, and I'll just kind of take you in closer. I did get a nice clean join all the way around with my handle. I do have some, minor scratches and stuff like that in here, and a little bit some epoxy marks in here, but it's not very noticeable at all. So this it's not perfect. There's a few, I could have sanded more and stuff like that. I sanded it up to a 400 grit, but the reality is I'm going to be using this knife, so it doesn't matter to me that if it's totally buffed and everything like that. So I actually sanded the handle more so than I sanded the blade. This knife is incredibly sharp. I ended up putting kind of like a secondary bevel on there because I didn't really like the angle that the blade had come down to when I first initially sharpened it. I felt it was too steep and it didn't bite into the wood the way that I wanted to. So I basically went back to the file and filed it down to, a shallower degree that, I felt was better. So there are some file marks and stuff in that secondary bevel that I couldn't be bothered to get out, but basically I stropped it, sharpened it up really well, and it's hair popping sharp. There's a reason why I have this bandage on my finger, and I'll just take that off right now and kind of share what happened. So basically, this is what was hiding underneath the bandage, and basically, I have 8 stitches in my finger, and the culprit of those 8 stitches is the feature of this video. When I was testing the edge of my knife, um, I had shaved, went and tested on my hairs and shaved paper and everything like that. So I was kind of just outside and picked up a stick and kind of was just, doing a little bit of carving and just whittling and just testing the blade and seeing how it felt. So I'll just get a stick for reference of what happened. So basically, I was holding a stick, not, kindling that's been nicely split. And what I was doing is I was totally going against all of knife safety. And, this part of this video is basically showing you guys what can actually happen if your knife is incredibly sharp and you don't follow proper procedure. Because what happened was, I was just kind of playing around with the edge and I was rocking it back and forth on a stick just to kind of make a stop cut, right? Where you would kind of do a cut like that and then you would push up to it and kind of make notches like that, right? So what happened is that when I was doing that, I was kind of holding the stick like this and kind of putting some pressure on with the knife. And what happened is the stick broke at this point here, and my knife continued on, and the tip basically went through my finger like that and totally filleted my finger. It didn't actually hurt or bleed very well. The knife went like straight through with zero resistance because I had sharpened it. Like I was OCD with my sharpening with this, and I wanted it to be like super sharp. And yeah, of course, I paid with it by slicing through my finger. It's a point to make that when you're doing carving tasks and things like that, you do really have to be diligent and mindful of where your blade is pointed and kind of what you're doing, because I was totally being complacent and oh, I'll just test my knife out and do like few little things on a stick, and I wasn't doing anything major. I wasn't in a rush. There was nothing going on. It was just the fact that the way that I was holding the stick behind and the way I was rocking the blade, and because the stick broke, my knife came down and basically hit the first thing, which was my finger. Because most of the accidents happen in this region when you're carving or working with a knife, because usually you're holding on to the stick or something, and this is kind of where your accident areas are. So I'm kind of trying to stress here to be very mindful of where your fingers are and try not to make the mistake that I did. So I'm not gonna lie, it's quite ironic that the very first knife that I ever finished has probably given me the worst cut that I've ever had. Definitely, this is definitely the worst cut that I've ever had for as far as playing around with knives and axes and things like that. There's something to say about a really sharp knife is it can cause really serious injuries too. But regardless, I did wanted to show you my first completed knife, and it turned out really, really nice. I'm very proud of myself for completing this knife. It's kind of, you have this vision in your head of what your knife is going to look like at the end, and it takes a long time to see that vision come out. It's pretty much only on like the last like half hour of work where you truly see the knife for what it's going to actually look like. And there's hours and days of work before that. Basically, what I'm going to do is probably make a shorter video just going from start to finish with this knife and how I did everything, and then with the other knife that I'm going to be finishing, I will still continue the series that I'm doing with that knife and go through it more in detail. Hope you like this video. Stay tuned to when I actually post the videos on making this knife from start to finish. Please subscribe, and comment. And until the next videos, hope you guys have a great day.